Power hour. It's the what? Power hour. It's the who? Power hour. Yeah. Blacks, Hispanics, and natives. Power hour. It's the what? Power hour. It's the who? Power hour. Yeah. Blacks, Hispanics, and
So let me read briefly about capitalism and then anti-capitalism. I really only just want the graphic from there. So I'm going to read briefly about capitalism. All right. Capitalism is an economic system based on the private ownership of the means of production and their operations for profit. So what I'm telling you is that capitalism is against what God had intended for his people. Right. That's for them. That's for the other nations. Yep. God wanted a community of believers and a community of possessions. Right. Central characteristics of capitalism include capital accumulation, competitive markets, a price system, private property and the recognition of property rights, voluntary exchange, and wage labor. Now, you know that this is also part of socialism because while it said nothing was their own, you know that they said that they had houses and they had other stuff and whoever had extra sold it. All right. Meaning you still had claim to what was yours. So they try to make it seem that socialism means that no, none of it is yours. Cuba's an example. Those houses belong to the people who he gave them to, not the government. Right. Here, you think it's yours. Don't pay your taxes to the government and see if that house is yours.
Hey, Cap.
See if that house is yours. So do you see the BS?
Cap, you know this. You remember this from back in the days. The word mortgage comes from the root word mortir, which means till death. Till death. So you are going to be paying for that property even after your mortgage is paid till death. Yes. Because like you said, I've seen houses when we were messing around with the real estate that had liens for $100. Yeah. And they couldn't even pay because they were so out of it. And who would come in? The investors. Mostly the Edomite. Yeah, our people too, but mostly the Edomite investors. And scoop that back up, fix it up, and make a profit. A hell of a profit.
Hey, I'm going to show you who would scoop in. In a capitalist market economy, decision-making and investments are determined by owners of wealth, property, or production ability in capital and financial markets, whereas prices and the distribution of goods and services are mainly determined by competition in goods and service markets. And that extends even to medicine, even to social programs, even to things that would be beneficial. There should not be poverty in a place like the United States of America.
Cap, corporations are buying houses by the hundreds.
Yep.
Right now, today, as we are speaking. I'll give you an example real quick. Zillow is buying houses above asking price and then marking up the price 12%.
Yep.
That's a fact. There's many articles and videos on it on YouTube.
Yep.
So the point I'm making is they're going ahead, just exactly what that's what they just said there. You go in there and you go for yours. That's what it's saying, basically.
Yep. Let me get the anti-capitalist, and I want the image, and then after we close out on this, we're gonna watch that video with Charlamagne.
Yeah, we got time to.
All right. Yeah, I skipped some things I was gonna read, but I think we made the point. So, try to make that big.
Finish him.
All right. Scroll to the bottom. This is an image that anti-capitalists put out to give you a better understanding of capitalism. All right. So, let me make it smaller on my end. So it's called the pyramid of a capitalist system. All right. So you look down here, right? And this is really what capitalism is really about. They try to make it seem that anybody can obtain, anybody can move up. It's open to everybody. But we know it's not because they put the illusion of inclusion in place. And they put these barriers there. Yeah. That it's intended for certain people to not get past those barriers. And this, to me, this graphic explains it clearly. And this is what they're trying to say is happening in Cuba, but it's not. This is what capitalism is based on. So you see it says, we work for all, we feed all. That's the lower class. That's the lowest of the low. Those are the impoverished.
The homegirl's dead on the side from working.
Right. We work for all, we feed all. Right? Go up. The next tier then, they eat for you. Right? See how capitalism is set up? So what he's saying is all those people at the bottom, this is how capitalist society works. Though they say upward mobility is available to all, it's not. It says we work for all, we feed all. And guess who gets to live deliciously off of that? The next tier, right? And that next tier, right, is going into all those Edomites, right? It's not even just the super wealthy.
Except the trick baby table.
Right, yes. That's the trick baby table. Go up, right? Now it says we shoot at you. Right? So he's letting you know how the hierarchy is set up. These people at the bottom, and don't they put Edomites here? Remember, those are the ones that's the casualties of war, because they had to throw that in there to make it not seem like a rigged system.
Crafty counsel.
Right? So he says, we shoot at you. So then these people that are eating off the backs of the people at the bottom, then they have their army and their police, and it says, we shoot at you. Come on, screw it up. Religion, different denominations.
Wow. Damn, where'd you get this? It's hot.
This is on Wikipedia, of all things. All right? We fool you with religion.
Wow.
It comes with the capitalism. We fool you with religion. Guess what comes next? We rule you with politics, with monarchy. Remember, they're the throne of iniquity we brought out last week.
Hey, we fool you saying that. Give me your 10%.
Give me your 10%. We give you fake Jesus.
broke.
We give you lies. Right? We rule you.
We give you hope.
And then the money bag's
Also.
at the top. Capitalism's at the top.
Damn, bro.
So
whore.
it's letting you know they use those politics. That's the lamb. It seems good. Capitalism sounds great. Socialism's the devil. Capitalism sounds great.
And you know what else this causes, Cap? Hate amongst our own people.
That's exactly what it does.
Because that goes back to, again,
fosters
get
that.
rich or die
It
trying.
fosters that. Hey, I'm going to tell you something. I finally understand the message in that crazy movie, The Platform. The hell with the ending.
It's a good point. I know where you're going.
That was this.
I know where you're going.
That was this.
I know where you. Damn, right before our eyes, man.
Because what did he say?
Every level.
Oh, is
What?
that the hole with
That's the thing with the hole, with the
yeah, with
platform.
the-
I don't know if it's still
with
on
the
Netflix.
food?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what did he say? He said, "Yeah, well, if you get a good level, you get to eat. The people at the bottom don't."
That's this.
And then he said, "But if everybody just ate enough, that's the community of believers and
trick.
stuff there."
That was the trick.
We couldn't see it then.
Nah,
now I
couldn't
see it.
Couldn't see it.
He says, if everybody, and Mariah, if you're still watching, you know, because you watched it with us, all right? He said, if everybody just ate enough, and that's what the guy tried to do. Don't eat. Just eat, just take enough for you. Then everybody would eat in the level. And they thought that if you did that, then they would be able to get out of the prison.
Watch this. Watch this.
But guess what? Covetousness would not allow them. But so, there was one guy who took a crap on one.
Yep.
As he was trying to relate a message. Others were killing each other. They were eating each other. And it creates this social construct, this environment, like you said, where you have hate for each other, where you're at each other's throat, and you'll kill each other even to obtain something in this world.
Right. So you said if everybody just ate a little bit, we'd all be good, right? That's
Yes.
community, right?
Yes.
Give me Obadiah 5.
Yes.
Give me Obadiah 5.
You're right. That's good. That's good.
Give me Obadiah 5, man, because that son of perdition needs to be revealed, and that man, that man of sin, he evil as hell. But I'm telling you, man, the Bible's a true book, man. Go ahead.
This is the book of Obadiah, verse 5. If thieves come to thee,
If thieves came to thee,
if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough?
would they not have stolen till they had enough? If everybody eats a little bit, right? You full, right? Everybody would be good, right? But
If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
okay, they would, but not Esau. Not Esau, not the Caucasian man and woman. We just saw the capitalist right here. No, they don't eat until they have enough. That's why the Bible, again, calls them the horse sitting on many waters. They cannot get enough, and it burns them in their spirit that they can't get into Cuba. And you know what? Maybe they will, like Cat's been bringing out. They might, okay? But all these years, they have not been successful in doing so. They want everything. Everything. The minute you say you're going to go, you cut your umbilical cord from America, they go in and they try to do coups and execute you.
Hey, if somebody could redo this and just put Israelites at the bottom, that would be perfect.
That would be lovely.
And then change some of the soldiers to like a cop and a soldier
That'd be
and
lovely.
stuff like that, right? Maybe
And then you could put Creflo, TD Jakes,
right, a rabbi, a Catholic priest, all that, because that's there, right? And just that would be dope. And then we could keep that as a teaching tool. All right. One more. Oh, was I done with that? Anyway. Oh yeah, one more scripture. I got one more. Let's go to. This is what capitalism breeds, versus the mindset of a community of believers, right? And all that stuff. And mind you, this picture's heavy because with capitalism comes the democracy, comes the religions, all right? And all of that is brought out in Revelations, right? I think Deacon Nathan was just talking about that not too long ago, all right? So let me get 2 Timothy 3, and that we'll start at verse, hold on. We'll start at 1.
Cap, that goes with the top tier. They fool you.
Yep. Yep.
The second book of Timothy, chapter 3 and verse 1. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come.
Part of those perilous times is living in a world with this construct that they call capitalism, that they call democracy, that they call religions, denominations. Those are perilous times. Come on.
For men shall be lovers of their own self.
That's what capitalism breeds. Get mine or die trying. Not loving your neighbor as yourself, not fulfilling the royal law. It says they'll be lovers of their own selves. Come on.
Covetous.
Covetous comes right behind that. You're about self. You're not about your people. That's what this place teaches you. Come on.
Boasters. Proud.
To show off your possessions, right? What comes of that?
Blasphemers.
We fool you. We fool you with religion so that you blaspheme the true nature of how you should be, Israel. Come on.
Disobedient to parents.
Because all of this breaks down all the social structure. Remember, they understand, according to Judith 5, that if we sin against our God, then they can maintain their rule. Come on.
Unthankful, unholy, without natural affection.
It breeds no natural affection, no love for your people. Come on.
Truce breakers.
You don't keep your word. Come on.
False accusers. Incontinent.
Read.
Fierce. Despisers of those that are good.
Come on.
Traitors. Heady. High-minded.
And ultimately, what does all that lead to?
Lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God.
That's the fooling that they do. That's how they rule you. And as they teach you to be lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God, it creates a destructive loop that we cannot get out of until we start to apply God's laws, statutes, and commandments.
Lego. Israel is back. We back. Israel is back. We got back. The nations running scared because Israel is back. All eyes on us because we keeping them laws. When the Lord return, Babylon will fall. Precepts solid. We got them on lock. God's chosen people with Christ as our rock. Israel is back. We back. Israel is back. We back. You heathen, get ready for our whip to crack. Damn.